Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with actors, directors, singers, comedians. They all come down here and they all have a wonderful time. As per normal, I'm very excited to be introducing my next guest coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. They are the host of the Prelude and Open Mic at KG's on Broadway, and they are here to talk about, who they are as a comedian. I am very excited to be speaking with them. Everyone, please give a super warm welcome to the one, the only KB. Hi,
Hey,
KB.
hey, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
That is good. I am so glad to have you on here today. I'm super excited to be speaking with you. I do appreciate you giving me your time.
No problem.
Of course. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start the interview and go ahead and start firing the first question at you. What began your passion for comedy?
Um, what began my passion? I just think more so it was I needed something to do that was my own creatively. I had kind of excelled professionally. I worked in corporate America for 20 years,
Oh,
and I
wow.
just wanted to do something creative that was my own. And kind of I got laid off from my job in 2023, and so after that, it just kind of comedy was really all I had, and so kind of circumstances combined with my love for making people laugh gelled together, and now we're here.
Yes. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad you left corporate America and became a comedian because I know from a lot of people who worked in corporate America, that's just not the most creative job out there. It just really is just yeah. So I'm glad you know, let that behind, became a comedian, let your, creative juices flow. That's better.
It is. It is. I can say what I want to say. I can do what I want to do, and I can wear what I want to wear, and nobody's really gonna say anything to me about it because
Mm,
it's my right to be creative.
yes.
In a corporate environment, you can't really be yourself. So it's the
No.
first job that I've ever had that I could actually be myself.
Yes. Ooh, can I get an amen to that? I
Yes, amen and amen.
love it. All right. Going on to the next question, Kay. I want to know, name three people who influenced your comedy career.
My father, because he was the jokester in the family. He didn't care if you laughed with him or laughed at him, as long as it is that you were laughing.
Yep.
Professionally, I mean, I would have to go with one of the goats would be Dave Chappelle, just because
Yep.
he always points out social commentary in the midst of
Yep.
things being funny, because sometimes you just gotta laugh at life, no matter how screwed up it is. And
True.
the third one probably would just be my family. That wouldn't really just be a person, but everybody's just funny in our own unique ways. Oftentimes we're faced with tragedy and adversity, and we always laugh to keep from crying.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what? I actually agree with that. Life might be hard, might be tough, but I'm always gonna find a good laugh. That's just me. I am always going to find a good laugh. I might be down for like maybe an hour, but after that, I'm gonna pick myself up and give myself a good laugh because life moves on,
Yeah.
and might as well move on with it laughing instead of being upset. you
Yeah.
know,
True.
and I love the choice of Dave Chappelle. I mean, who did not watch Dave Chappelle show when they were, younger? I know for me, coming home from school, putting on Dave Chappelle was a must. It was an absolute must. So I appreciate your choices. I really love your choices. Going on to the next question, describe your comedy style.
My comedy style is based off my lived experience. I talk about my life. I talk about observations and things that I experience, and try to formulate them into ways that other people will find it funny as well. There's nothing more funnier to me than observing or taking in or reflecting upon what it is I've experienced in the course of a day and trying to figure out how many jokes I can pull out of it. But I talk about lived experience. I talk about dating. I talk about being, excuse me, a caregiver for my disabled daughter. Um, more dating, um, life being messed up, just kind of my day to day encounters. So I'm more from a lived experience. People learn a lot about me when they take in my comedy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I love the fact that your jokes come from everyday life, not at anybody else. That's the comedy I appreciate. I appreciate the comedy that we can just make fun of our everyday life because really that's what we know most is, like everything that we, deal with, like you said, dating, going to work, things like that. So glad I appreciate that you find comedy in that instead of, making fun of other people. Because to me, that comedy needs to retire, it's played out. So yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
just don't mess with the crowd because I don't want the crowd messing with me.
yeah.
So,
That's a good. Yeah,
like,
that's a good
I'm, I don't come to your job messing with you, so I don't come to my job messing with me. I don't
period.
generally intentionally bother them. Like if they say something to me, yes, I'll engage them, but for the most part, I'm working on material. We're laughing about the things that I'm talking about, and it's not directed at a specific individual in the crowd.
Love it. I love it. And I appreciate that. And that brings me to my next question. I know you said Dave Chappelle is one of your influence. Name two other comedians who influenced your career.
Dominique Whitten, she's my favorite female comedian. Um, Currently in the past, she's just always been really funny. I think she's very underrated. And Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend really is the reason kind of why I ever got interested in comedy. I watched Partners in Crime on HBO when I was a kid, and somebody had a VHS tape they left over our house, and just watching how he put sketch comedy together, combined with music, combined with comedy. He's the production goat. Hopefully one day I aspire to be as good as Robert Townsend. He was one of the people that auditioned for SNL up against Eddie Murphy and Kenny.
Wow.
It's like Robert Townsend, absolutely. Somebody I admire and have followed his career, and I appreciate the fact that he always has kept his friends working.
I love that. I love that. I know they say, when you come up, you can't take everybody with you, but those who've been with you since day one, oh yeah, oh yeah, I'll be more than happy to take my day ones with me, when I come up. So for sure, for sure. And yeah, Robert Townsend, I did not know. I did not know he auditioned up against Eddie Murphy for NSL. That is like David and Goliath right there. Because people know
Yeah,
that, Eddie Murphy is a comedy juggernaut. He's one of the founding grandfathers of comedy. So to go up against him that's pretty impressive. That means he's really confident in his comedy because you have to be. And if you're going against Eddie Murphy.
and I mean a lot of people don't know. Like comedians, we work together. We Comedy happens in schools. We're like fish. So we start together, and it's a group of us that all started doing comedy together. So we'll track and we'll be working together. And so we'll be auditioning for a lot of the same things and appearing on a lot of the same type of shows and podcasts just because we're in the same track of we're working comedians. We started together and we pass information along like, oh, well, I was on the J Lounge. She looking for people to interview well over there. And so you might end up with one of my peers on your show as well, just because that's the way we work.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. That's what I'm here for. I love interviewing talent. That's my creative outlet, so I have no problem with that. No problem with that at all. And I love that. I love that it's more supportive, not competitive. I mean, not really competitive, because I know comedy can be competitive. Like
Oh,
you say, if you're
it's
going against,
definitely competitive.
oh,
Please
definitely.
understand, we are all competing for a very small handful of shots. So it's competitive, absolutely. It's not nasty competition, but we
Yeah, there
all
you go.
are absolutely competing every single day. Every audition I go to, I want to be the person that gets it. I'm always happy when somebody else does, but I wanted it. So yeah, it's absolutely competition.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like you said, it's not mean competition, which is good, but it is definitely competitive. As you said, it's a small pool that you guys are going for, and things like that. So yeah, yeah, that I could definitely understand. Definitely understand. Going on to the next question, KB, I want to make sure my audience follows you, your comedy, your work. Where are you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at KB Jokes. It's KayBeeJokes. That's the best way to know where I'm at and what I'm doing. There's always links to if I'm on anybody's show or podcast in my header on my profile. That's also my Venmo and my Cash App if anybody wants to be a blessing.
Yes, period. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, it is real out here. The struggle is real. Okay, y'all see them prices of eggs, right? So if you
Right.
can, Venmo this lady. Okay, man. But I highly encourage my audience. Make sure you follow KB. Give a follow, give a like, give a shout out. Definitely support her. We want to see more of her work, especially 2026 is coming up. So let's blow her up for 2026. Let's see her everywhere in 2026. So make sure you follow, like, support, and if you can, hit that Venmo because again, prices of eggs ain't cheap. So I'm
Appreciate you.
just, I'm just
Appreciate you.
saying. Of course, I'm just saying. Price of eggs ain't cheap today, y'all. Going on to my next question, what future projects are you involved with that you can dish about to the J Lounge audience?
Next week, a link will be released. If you follow me on my Instagram, a link will be released. I was a guest on the Lou Laugh Lounge. It's a comedy competition being streamed on YouTube. Whoever gets the most votes each week advances for an opportunity for a 30-minute special. They're on Instagram as well. It's the LOU Laugh Lounge on Instagram. I'm also a hairstylist featured in an upcoming film, and the trailer actually came out. Directed by Vic Mont and written by Mika Payne, called Genesis Bond. And so that'll be coming out hopefully by the end of the year, if not at the beginning of 2026.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That sounds super exciting. That sounds super exciting. Now, I want to make sure, did you send the link to that during the email? Because I want to make sure I'll
It
blast that to my followers so they can.
I don't have the link to like my actual streaming, like it's not up yet, but I can send you the link to their Instagram.
Please, because yeah, if we can vote for you or we can, give you some views and stuff like that. Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely make sure you do that because I will
Yeah, that
definitely
kind of
support.
happened in between us scheduling this and actually this happening. That opportunity, I got a text message like on a Wednesday asking me what was I doing on a Thursday and telling me to come record 10 minutes.
Oh, so this is all of that is awesome. I love that. Keep doing the damn thing, KB. Keep doing the damn thing. I love it. All right, going on to my next question. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your comedy career?
Um, I hope to use comedy as a vehicle to provide adequate and accurate support for my daughter. My daughter is 21 years old. She has a rare genetic condition called Primrose syndrome. Usually, by the time they're 36, they're in wheelchairs. All of them have intellectual disability. All of them experience some type of mood disturbance. She has epilepsy. I hope to use my comedy to make me enough money as a vehicle to get her all the supports that she needs to make her life easier, because if her life is made easier, then my life is made easier. It's not really the goal that a lot of people say, oh, I want to have a special. Oh, I want to be on TV. I just want to get help for my daughter. So being on stage allows me that platform to create awareness that there are young African American adults with intellectual disabilities and how warped and screwed up the system is as far as trying to get help for your loved one. Drawing attention to caregiver burnout and stuff like that, then that's my ultimate goal, and I'll be satisfied.
Yeah, that is powerful. I really appreciate that. I really do. And you're right. The systems for people with disabilities, it's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. And unfortunately, even if we were to, you know, rip the whole thing up and start again, it would still take even longer to to get it to where it needs to be, so where everyone gets accurate care.
Right.
Uh, oh my goodness. Well, I fully support you, and I really hope, like I said, my audience, I hope really blows you up because I think that is so important. I really feel like a lot of comedians that I've interviewed, they don't they say the same thing. I want my special, I want to be on, which is great. But I feel like your goal is so much more impactful and so much more meaningful. And yeah, I definitely want to help spread that awareness as well because I think that's very, very important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Going on to the next question. What other passions do you have outside of comedy?
I like to cook. Um,
Yup. 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 Yup.
yeah, I'm kind of in a lot of ways people laugh and joke and say like I'm the fairy godmother a lot of my friends, all my coworkers in comedy. People pretty much know if Sunday comes around, I have cooked something. There's usually somebody at my house getting a plate of food. I love to entertain and socialize. I like to read. I enjoy documentaries. I like researching stuff. I'm big on conspiracy theories that really aren't conspiracy theories because I can prove them to be true.
Me
Um,
too. I like them too.
yeah,
I can't help
I,
it. I
I,
can't help
I
it.
yeah, I do a lot of nerding out.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite pastime when I'm not on stage is nerding out, reading.
Yep.
Grows my vocabulary. It helps me on stage. I've recently got into improv. I've been taking classes at the improv shop in St. Louis.
Ooh, how
So
fun.
yeah, that's work because improv is a game, and so the only way to get better at a game is you have to practice. So
Yep.
going to jams at the improv shop, going to take in shows at the improv shop, so I can study and get a better understanding of the yes and principles and concepts. So yeah, just a lot of nerding out, trying to build my brand, build myself up, make sure that my brain is working the way that it should be.
Yep.
Remain aware of what people outside of my home are experiencing. So I do a lot of reading because that's kind of the only way, unless I know somebody having the experience, that I can know what people are experiencing. It was like I've owned my home, like I bought my house when I was 22. So it's been almost 22 years. But I didn't know how much people were paying for rent. So I didn't understand why certain people's situations were or people were acting the way that they were because I was paying like $600 a month. I had no clue that people were paying $1,300 a month for a one
Yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it showed me that I had these gaps, and so I do a lot of reading to try to make sure that I'm closing those gaps, having conversations with people in my community, and networking. I spend so much time by me having an open mic with networking with other artists, making sure that people that are content creators and that have platforms know that the Prelude is happening at KJ's every Wednesday. Yeah, that's the when I'm not on stage, I'm still doing stuff to support being on stage.
I love that. I love that. And I'm also a giant nerd too. I love reading. I have a little mini library here. So, and yeah, yeah. First of all, congratulations being able to buy your own house at 22. My God, that's a rarity.
Yeah,
That is
everybody
a
thought I was
rarity.
crazy when I was doing that, but it worked out for me in the end. So
But yeah, $1,300. Well, to be honest, I live out here in Washington, so we all know Washington's an expensive state. So for my first apartment, one bedroom, one bathroom, I was paying, hold on to your seats now. I was paying 1703.
yeah, see, I had no understanding or concept. I was like, why do people keep trying to live with me? Like, why? I, I'm like, everybody I date keep trying to stay with me. Like, what is going on? And then
Because
I
it's
found
hard
out, I'm
out
like,
here.
yeah, I was like, why do they keep trying to live? Like, people keep trying to move in with me. Then I found out, I'm like, oh, no wonder everybody's trying to move in with me. Nobody can afford to pay rent.
That is hilarious. I
Yeah,
was wondering why people were trying to live with me because it's hard out here.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my goodness, it's hard out here for a pimp, don't you know? Trying to
yeah.
make the rent
And I
and
was so oblivious. I had no clue. And I actually kind of felt bad because I was like, dang, my experience, again, lived experience, my lived experience, I wasn't having that experience. So that was foreign to me. I didn't know that that was what market rate rent at the time was when I found that out. I'm like,
Ooh,
oh, no wonder everybody wants a roommate. Oh,
yeah,
no wonder everybody is moving back home. Oh, this all makes perfect sense now. A lot of things because I just had this huge disconnect just because I didn't know.
right. And that's hey, at least I mean that's all right. I mean not knowing, But yeah, it is ridiculous. I luckily for me, knock on wood, luckily for me, I have not had a roommate. I've been living by my own. I've been doing the damn thing on my own. So
Right.
luckily, but yeah, it is ridiculous out here. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right, going on to the next question. Any advice for aspiring comedians who are hoping to one day be successful like you?
Um, Keep showing up at open mics. Repetition is key. Um, Always write, always read. Um, work really hard on the interpersonal relationships that you build by going to open mics. These people don't have to be your friends, but they are your coworkers.
Yep.
Support them the way that it is that you want them to support you. So, having conversations with people when you get off stage, being open to feedback, not having a chip on your shoulder thinking you know everything. But repetition is key. If you get on stage and it's not good that day, try again another day. Record
Yep.
your sets, listen back to your sets. You know if you're not doing good when you hear your recording. Um, Work on
Yep.
ways to improve, but also tap on those people that are in your community that you view to be successful performing the style of comedy or the type of comedy that you prefer. And kind of follow their track, ask them questions if they're open to it. But yeah, make use of your interpersonal network. Try not to burn bridges in relationships, because a relationship that began with a business 3 years ago resulted in me having an open mic. But I studied that room, I paid attention to that room. I learned about the interworking dynamics of how the owner likes for things to be opposed to how maybe the audience likes things to be. But don't burn those interpersonal relationships and bridges. Make sure that when people say your name, they're not saying negative things about you, because that impacts the amount of work that you get.
That is so true. That is so true. And I highly encourage my audience to make sure you take in that really good advice because, it is like she said, these people don't have to be your friends, but support them like you want them to support you. In the comedy world, you guys are in the same pool. There's no reason why we can't, lift each other up, collaborate, network, because we're all trying to get at the same thing at the end of the day. We're all trying to do the same thing. I love that. All right, going on to the final question, KB. If you could collaborate with any comedian for a stand-up show, who would you choose and why?
Any comedian for a stand-up show. And I thought about this because I got pre-screened on these questions. And any comedian for a stand-up show right now, I would say Lunel. Only because Lunel talks about lived experience. I know that she can teach me things. I would be a student to sit there and actually be able to absorb what it is that she's putting down in the process of a plan. If I had to go on a big, grand scale, I
Hmm.
would say Lunel. My personal favorite forever is going to be Dominique Whitten, because lived experience, same style. I think more closer to something more attainable to me. So I would say Dominique Whitten as well.
I love it. I love it. And look, we're going to speak that into existence. We're going to speak
Absolutely.
that into existence. Now, my podcast has a way of speaking things to existence. I've had a couple of people been on here, especially makeup artists who their dream was to get the Oscar and then they got the Oscar. So,
Oh,
oh yes, I've interviewed the makeup artist for Black Panther.
okay.
I also interviewed Matthew Cherry. He's the football turned short filmmaker. He won the Oscar for his film about, I do believe, Black dads doing their children's hair. So he was on here, said the same thing. Like, you don't get that Oscar. Then what happened? He got that Oscar. So
Oh,
we gonna
wow.
go ahead and speak into existence. This is gonna happen for you one day. 2026 gonna be a game changer for you.
Hey, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all games to change, because I don't play games. I tell jokes. I don't play games. Everybody would tell you in real life, I don't play games. I tell jokes. There's a difference. And yes, turn me up, lift me up, sync me up, give me a guest spot. I'll take a feature. I'll sit there and learn. You don't even got to let me get on stage. Can I just sit back here and learn? Can I get the
Yes.
lesson? I'm very big on taking lessons from the people that it is who have done it, that have done it well. So I'm open for all the opportunities to collaborate, be great, to be a help, to be a listen, just to be a fly on the wall. I'm open
Yes.
to the opportunity to learn.
Absolutely. Like I said, we speaking it into existence, KB. 2026 is going to be your year. Don't be surprised if you want to throw your phone because it hasn't stopped ringing. With all these things that's going to happen for you, we speak it into existence. 2026 is going to be your year, my year. We're going to make the damn thing happen.
I receive. Thank you.
We're going to make it happen. Because personally, for me, I want to see more female comedians blow up. That's just how I feel. I want to see more.
Okay.
Nothing against the men. I love the men. But I want to see women dominate comedy just as much as men have, especially Black women, because we need to take up space. We're not going to ask. We're just going to take up the space, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, KB, I have so enjoyed our conversation. You are a comedian that knows exactly, her point of view, how you want to get there. You are a student of the game. I just love speaking with you. And like I said, I hope my audience, which I know they will because they're awesome, will go out and follow you, support you, give you a like I said, because we want to see more of you in 2026. And we definitely want to see your goal, especially where, bringing awareness for your daughter. And yeah, so I definitely appreciate you for speaking with me today.
Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And also make sure when people are on threads and they saying, hey, we got opportunities. I got a podcast. Who want to be on there? Because we connected on threads. I've met more phenomenal people and made more business connections on threads than I have on any other
Me
social media
too.
platform.
Me too. I have been on the social media thing for years and I've never had such quick connections as I have on threads. It's immediate, it's instant, and I love it.
Yeah. Threads get you connected to your people, even when it is you don't know who your people are.
Exactly. Yeah, I am definitely a threads. I love threads. I will tell anybody about threads, really. So, but yeah, I definitely, yeah. But yes, I really do appreciate you, KB. And like I said, I want my audience, make sure you follow her, give her a like, give her a shout out, give her support. Again, if you can, hit that Venmo. Again, bags are not cheap. Um, we just want to see more of KB, especially in 2026.
Yep. Thanks so much.
Of course, of course. Of course, you guys know I have been your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. I want to thank my amazing guest, the comedian KB. I want to thank everybody for listening in as per norm. And I will be back with another great episode of the J Lounge soon. Till then.